Hi, I'm Sylvia from Noni New Creations, and today I'm going to show you how to make a little zippered bag with a zipper on top, completely done in the hoop. It's all lined and there's no raw edges, and it's very easy to make. It just has a few little tricks, and I'm going to show you what these tricks are. Right, we got all our things ready here. We got the 5x7 hoop, which is the size you have to use to do the little one. And you use medium tearaway stabilizer. And also we need a little bit of extra stabilizer. I got my threads ready, my fabric, my zipper. You need a little bit for a ribbon on the side and just little bits and pieces. And it's all written down in the instructions, so you don't have to worry about remembering all that. Also, we're going to need masking tape. And that's about it. That's all we need to make the little bag. So let's get started. I've loaded the design in my machine and I've put the hoop in the machine. And now we're going to start stitching the placement line for the zipper. Okay, that's the placement line, and now we're going to fit the zipper in. So here's the placement line, and we're going to place the zipper right inside that. This is where I use my masking tape, and make sure it's nice and taut, otherwise the zipper won't look as good. So this is nice and tight. Okay, now we put it back to the machine. Right, now we're going to start placing the zipper in there. I'm stretching it a bit here so it's nice and tight. Okay, it's put the zipper in, and now we're gonna move this a bit, because now we're going to do the placement for the two little side bits. So obviously it's crucial you do that, otherwise you won't be able to open the zipper after. Right, now what I want you to do now is unpick this a little bit and cut it there just before the placement line, and that way about 1/4 inch. That way you won't have too much bulk. Okay, I've trimmed the bit of the zipper there, as you can see, and now we're going to turn the hoop over and we're going to attach the lining, and you put it right side facing down and you line it up to the top. See the zipper here? That's where you line it up. And then we get the masking tape out. Okay. So now we're going to place these little end bits, and you just line it up so it's about 1/4 inch over. And stitch that. Line this up the same way as the other one, just a little bit over. Oops. We're going to finger press this down, and you can cut off any excess. Okay, and now we're going to turn the hoop over. Now we get our lining, and we're going to line it up with that line there, and make sure you put the right side facing down, because afterwards this is going to go like that. So you line that up, and then we're going to put some masking tape there. and then we're going to turn the hoop over, and we're going to do the same thing. Now this writing is going to go like that, so we're just turning that. And you can either tape it, or I like pinning it on the other side, and I'm going to hold it with my hand. So while placing the zipper, you have to be really careful because the foot might hit your zipper. So what I'm going to do now is move it towards the beginning so it won't touch it. Next, we're going to place the wadding right on the line, the stitch line, in between where it starts and ends. And that way you don't have to cut it after. And then we're going to fold the fabric over. I folded the fabric over the wadding, and now we're going to do the quilting. And here we got Percy. I don't know if you can see him. He's coming to help us. Hey, Percy. I don't think he's going to be much help. He's just doing the quilting now. Right, it's done the quilting, and now it's going to do the decorative stitch around the zipper line. You have to be really careful of the little pulley here. Some machines you won't have any trouble, but with this one you have to move it when it gets near it. So you can't leave it on its own. And you might be lucky, you see. I'm going to stop the machine now, and I'm going to move the zipper back just to make sure. I don't want it to hit it, otherwise your pattern will go out of sequence. Now we don't have to worry about it. See, Percy is inspecting the goings on. And I think he's quite happy here now. We just have to make sure he doesn't jump. Oh, he's very, very curious. Percy, how am I going to work like that? Right, I'm going to take this out of the hoop and then show you what to do next. Okay, we've done the decorative line now. We're going to turn the hoop over again. And we're going to take the lining and move it back. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut this here because it's easier to do it now than later on. You have to have some nice sharp scissors. And just sort of make sure you don't cut the fabric. Okay, we'll cut the rest later on. Right, now we're going to do the next bit, and we're going to get the lining right side facing down, and you line it up with the bottom of the zipper. And again, you're going to tape it. Make sure it sticks firmly. Turn the hoop over and do the same with the front. So the writing is going to go this way, so we turn it that way. And I'm going to hold that, I find it easier. Right, the little zipper pulley is here, so we're going to go halfway and then move it back down, just in case it's in the way. Okay, we're going to stop the machine now, and we are going to pull this little zip out of the way, so it won't bother us. And then just line the fabric up again, and off we go. Now we get our second piece of wadding and line it up with the stitch line. And then we fold the fabric back. Okay, so it's nice and smooth. Make sure it's not bulky anywhere, and off we go. It's going to do the quilting now. He is guiding it, as you can see. And I'm not paying attention to it. Okay, now it's going to be the decorative line around the zipper. Right, it's done the decorative stitch now, and now it's going to do the placement line for the little badge in the middle, or applique. Right, if you've got printed pattern that's got a lot of busy stuff and you want to put something light on it, you can always trim inside and then it won't show before you put the applique fabric on. But I'm going to put a bit of wadding on here, which I've pre-cut, sort of pre-cut. I think it's just about all right. And then I'm going to place my fabric on top. This side, I will take it out of the hoop. Come on, you silly thing. Okay, and then we're going to go around it. Hold it nice and tight. Trim really neatly along the stitch line here. I've trimmed all around the stitch line, and now we're going to do the decorative stitching around the applique. I'm going to use one color, but I've separated it so in case you want to use two different ones. Okay, we've done that now, and now we're going to do the lettering. Here you can put anything you like. I've just put down first aid, so it's actually got a color change there. But you can delete that and then put your name or whatever you like in there. Or you can leave it blank. So here we go. It's done the writing. Now next what it's going to do is a placement line for the little ribbon we're going to put on the side. Okay, you get a bit of ribbon and you fold it in half and you place it right on the placement line. And I find it easier if I hold it. Saying that. Okay. Okay, now comes the interesting bit. Right, first we got to make sure the zipper is open, and it is. And then we're going to turn it over, and we're going to remove all the sticky bits. Okay, so we've got the hoop on the back. And can you see the lines I drew here? I want you to cut the paper through there, okay? You need sharp scissors and make sure you don't cut the fabric. Okay. It doesn't have to be straight or anything, as long as it's just about right. You can move the fabric out of the way if need be. Okay, so that's one bit. So we've cut all this out, and now we're going to move this over. So the bit that has the writing, I've drawn a line. It's right where the wadding ends, where the stitching ends really, right? And we're going to cut that too. Again, make sure you don't cut the fabric. Doesn't matter if you cut the wadding. And on this side, if you have sharp scissors, you can just sort of push it around. That's it. Okay, now we've got a nice big hole. And what we're going to do is get our second bit of fabric. It's a bit big here. Second bit of stabilizer, I mean. Okay, and we're going to put that like that. And we're going to tape it. I found my tape. Okay, a bit on that side. Oh, Tim Tom. You see, I have really good help around here. Okay, I've turned the hoop over, and now we're going to tape that. I'll use some thin tape. You can also use some spray glue adhesive. That's easier. I find this quite good. Okay, that's that. So now we're going to get the lining. We're going to pull that through, okay? So you just gently pull it all out and lay it flat. That's it, it's all out. And what we have to do now is line the zipper up so the edges are right flat. I think I'm just going to close it a tiny bit. That's it. And then pull that over. And what I usually do is I pin this on either side. So I'm pinning this. Make sure you're well out of the way of the stitch line. I'm just doing that so the fabric stays together. Okay, and now we're going to take it back to the hoop. Right, now comes the last color stitch. This is going to put it all together. Right, it's all done now, and we're going to take all the sticky bits off again. And remove the stabilizer. We can even take it out of the hoop. Okay, so I'm going to move all these stabilizer now. Now you're going to trim it about 1/4 of an inch and leave a bit extra at the opening, which we didn't leave a lot of material in it, but cut the corners. And cut in the corner here. I've trimmed around. I should have done it in a darker color so you can see it. But make sure you trim in the corners, okay? And cut the corners off there. You get your hemostats. And you grab it. And you pull it through. I find if you twist it, it works. Right? I'm going to get my poker. And just make sure you push out all the corners really well. And especially the top here. There it is. And the other side. Just, there it is, see? Make a nice little and push the corners out on the lining. And all you have now is a little hole here, which you can either stitch with a machine or you just do a little slip stitch. I'm just going to iron this. Okay, and now we're going to push it back in. You have to sew it first, obviously, but I won't do that now. Okay, that's hot, darling. And we're going to give a little press. And here's your little bag. All done. No raw edges. And it was quite simple, really. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. And make sure you read all the instructions too. And if you've got any problems, you can always email me. But I'm sure you'll be all right. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Till next time. Bye.